Japan donates for international humanitarian organizations to aid Bangladesh. The Japanese government will contribute a total of $9 million to the United Nations World Food Programme, or WFP, and the International Organization for Migration, or IOM, for their operations in Bangladeshi communities. A donation of $4.5 million to the WFP will assist in agricultural infrastructure and development and enhance market linkages for rural farmers in Cox's Bazar, Ishwadi and Patrakahali districts. Another approximately $4.5 million will be contributed to the IOM to build and maintain shelters, conduct activities to decrease disaster risks, support medical centers, and fund well constructions in Rohingya refugee camps and local communities in Cox's Bazar district. Japan is a Shining World Leadership Awards for Compassion, Generosity, and Animal Protection laureate. Our sincere thanks, Japan, for your love in action towards other co-citizens of the world. We pray that the vulnerable in Bangladesh, including all refugees, may soon enjoy good fortune and abundance in Allah's merciful light.
British researchers find COVID-19 can shrink and damage the brain. By comparing the scans of 401 people who had experienced a COVID-19 infection with 384 who hadn't, British scientists found that the virus causes significant changes to the brain. It was seen that the gray matter thickness associated with memory was reduced by up to 1.8%, as well as tissue damage in the area associated with smell. The average time between contracting COVID-19 and taking the scan was 141 days, indicating the effects are relatively long-lasting. Our gratitude, researchers from the United Kingdom, for your study into the impact of COVID-19 on the brain. In the blessings of heaven, may humanity urgently realize the need to switch to vegan food to ensure the ongoing health on our species and the planet.
Mobile healthcare provider in United States introduces nation's first ever all-electric ambulance. .go, formerly known as Ambulance, a last-mile mobile healthcare services and medical transportation provider in the United States, has introduced America's first fully electric ambulance in New York. The project is a collaboration with two other firms, Colorado-based Lightning eMotors and California's Leader Emergency Vehicles. The van uses Lightning's electric powertrain on a Ford Transit T350 Type 2 ambulance chassis with Leader's interior and exterior customization. The vehicle has a 120 kilowatt-hour battery pack that supports a driving range of 274 kilometers on a full charge. The company .go plans to have all of its current fleet of ambulances replaced with 100% electric ones by 2032. Great news, .go, on your wonderful initiative to lower emissions while transporting patients. May your project inspire other companies to also adopt sustainable solutions to reduce their carbon footprint on our precious environment in celestial goodness.
United Nations members vote to create global agreement focusing on plastic pollution. At the recent convening of the United Nations Environment Assembly in Nairobi, Kenya, 175 nations unanimously agreed to set up a committee to implement by 2024 the world's first international legally binding treaty on ending plastic pollution. The agreement would include a range of solutions covering the entire life cycle of plastics, with new rules to make the process eco-friendlier, including production, design, and disposal methods. Plastics covered by the treaty would not be limited to straws, bottles, and food containers, but would include all areas where plastic harm the environment, such as the microplastics polluting our air, soil, and water. Fantastic news! United Nations Environment Assembly members for taking action on the issue of the substantial dangers of plastic to our environment. May our global leaders use their immense power to protect our beautiful planet in the wisdom of the Providence.
Young Interviewers podcast inspires positivity around the world. 7-year-old Zayda Brooks, an adorable child journalist from Washington County, Pennsylvania, United States, has her own podcast called Zayda's Positive News. As well as sharing her message of kindness and positivity, Zayda has interviewed almost 40 inspirational individuals such as Miss Montana 2020, Anna Nicole Husland, who is deaf. With the help of her father, the podcast started as a way to stay connected with friends during COVID lockdowns and also features her 3-year-old sister Waverly. The podcasts have reached over 250,000 people across the United States, and there are also listeners in Africa, Ireland, and Australia. Zayda said the feel-good stories make people happy, and she's working on publishing her first ever book to spread the message. Awesome work, inspirational Zayda Brooke. That is sprouting such positive seeds. May our world citizens focus on improving collaborative, win-win relationships and live in harmony as we transition into a safe, kind, vegan world in heaven's uplifting radiance.
Famous vegan rugby player invests in plant-based meat company in New Zealand. Vegan star athlete TG Paranara has been appointed as ambassador for New Zealand plant-based protein brand Plant Tea and has also invested in its parent company Sustainable Foods. Founded in 2019, the alternative protein manufacturer offers a variety of tasty, nutritious, and sustainable vegan products like burger patties, mince, chicken, and sausages, which are sold in supermarkets across New Zealand under its multi-award-winning brand Plant Tea. Proud vegan TG said, "There is incredible potential for New Zealand to be at the leading edge of alternative proteins that not only help people easily incorporate more plants into their diets, but is also better for the planet too." Way to go, TG Paranara and Plant Tea, on your cooperation to promote a sustainable plant-based diet for the vibrant people of New Zealand and beyond. In God's munificence, may all humanity take care of the health of the earth and itself through the compassionate vegan diet.
European Union or EU members relax entry restrictions for animal people accompanying Ukrainian refugees. Upon request from the European Commission, many EU countries have relaxed regulations for Ukrainian refugees traveling with their beloved animal people companions. Hungary, Lithuania, Latvia, Moldova, Poland, Romania, Slovakia, and more have all lifted restrictions for those fleeing the Russian invasion of Ukraine. Animal people can enter these EU countries without having microchips, documentation, or proof of inoculation, with some countries offering these procedures and services upon arrival. Charity People for the Ethical Treatment of Animals, or PETA Germany, had a team at the Polish border ready to assist incoming refugees and have donated supplies to bring comfort and nourishment for animal persons in Ukrainian shelters. The European Union is a recipient of 4 Shining World Leadership Awards for humanitarianism, 2 Shining World Leadership Awards for peace, and a Shining World Leadership Award for earth protection, as well as a laureate of 2 Shining World Leadership Awards for humanitarianism and Shining World Leadership Awards for compassion, unconditional world care, and true caring. Our praises, European Commission, and all cooperating EU nations for your compassionate actions. We pray for peace in Ukraine, in the all-encompassing love of the divine.